This one comes from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Calling My Wife a Vindictive Biatch for Refusing to Do Anything for My Kids, even though they told her to stop trying to pretend she's their mom? Just based off title, panic moonwalk out of this. This feels like a very awkward situation that I would not want to be in. I met Anne 2 years after my first wife, Susan, died. We've been married for 10 years. I have 2 daughters with Susan, Molly, 14, and Rose, 16. Anne and I have 2 sons, Tom, 5, and Paul, 2. Anne has used to be really involved with helping keep Susan's memory alive and accepting her place in the girls' lives, but after she got pregnant with Tom, she started to push her role as mom onto the girls, which caused many fights between Susan's family and me. She stopped celebrating Susan on Mother's Day and Christmas and even refused to attend what would have been Susan's 40th birthday at my in-laws' house. Anne has been a great mother to my girls over the years. She has been very hands-on with everything, like helping them with school and hobbies and having celebrations and birthdays planned months in advance. My oldest daughter, Rose, got pregnant 4 months ago, and the father isn't in the picture, so Anne has been doing everything to help and plan for the baby. I thought their relationship was becoming stronger. She even had Anne plan her gender reveal and baby shower. But 2 weeks ago, Susan's mother and sister came to visit, and they were having a conversation. A mother-in-law brought up how hard it must be on Rose to be alone in this without her mom, especially during her first pregnancy, and it breaks her heart that she had to grow up without a mother. Anne then smashed a plate on the ground, which shocked everyone into silence, and said, "What about me? I've been there every step of the way. Me, not you, me. She has a mother who takes great care of her." Molly screamed at Anne to not speak to her grandmother like that, and she wasn't their mom, just their dad's wife, so she needs to stay in her lane. A crying Rose said that she wished it was Anne dead instead of her mom, and she's sick of pretending to like her so she can stop trying to play pretend like she's their mom. Anne said, "Okay, fair enough. I'll stop playing mom from now on. I'll just focus on the kids I gave birth to." Anne left the house for a few hours, and when she came home, she just checked on the boys who were in bed and went to sleep, ignoring me. We had a conversation the next morning. I suggested family counseling, and everyone apologizes for the hurtful things they said to each other. She said there was no need, and she was making breakfast and to wake up her kids. When I got the boys ready and woke up the girls, we went down for breakfast. I noticed Anne didn't make any breakfast for Molly and Rose. She then sat down and started talking to me about she was going grocery shopping later. Did I need anything? Then said no when the girls told her what they needed. It's been like this for 2 weeks. She won't do anything for the girls or even speak to them unless she has to. She treats them like roommates. I tried to speak to her about it multiple times and tried to have family discussions about what happened because the girls are extremely sorry, but Anne will simply say she's given them the relationship they asked for. Today was meant to be Rose's gender reveal, but Anne canceled everything she planned and failed to mention it till Rose asked her 2 days ago, so I couldn't plan a decent party in time. Anne didn't even attend. She went to see her parents, which really hurt Rose. I was so angry at Anne. The minute she came home, I lost it on her. I called her a vindictive bitch and that I'm sick of her acting like a child, that she was 42 years old playing mind games with teenagers, and if she kept it up, we'd be getting a divorce. She just gave me back her wedding ring, packed a bag for her and our sons, and then left. I've tried to call her, but she won't answer. Both of my girls haven't left their room crying, blaming themselves for what happened. As a reminder, the kids' ages are Molly, 14, Rose, 16. And the 2 sons that OP has with Anne are 5 and 2. They've been married for 10 years. And to help give us some feedback on this story, we have the one, the only, Candy Thunder. Oh my God, it's Candy Thunder!
What would you do in this situation? I don't blame her for doing what she did.
I don't blame her for doing what she did either.
She has been in their life for a decade, so she started being their stepmom when they were 4 and 6. So really, for the most part, it's all the girls know. But it sounds like to me that the dad is letting the mom of his deceased wife run the show when it comes to the girls because it's easier. And it sounds like the mom of the deceased wife is like, if something happened to me and you met someone that could take care of our children, like that would make me happier than, anything that I could ever want. I would want someone to step up and be a mom to my kids. I would want someone to take care of them the way that I would take care of them. And that's what this woman was doing. And I would never want my kids to talk to someone who, even if it was, Ava doesn't have a stepmom, but even in that respect, I would want that person, I would want her to respect that person and, be friends with that person and have a relationship with that person. And it sounds like that the dad is not encouraging that type of relationship. The mom, who lost her daughter and is not encouraging that relationship. They just want her to take care of things and not get any acknowledgement. And I don't think that's fair. I think that sucks.
Agreed. I think so where this started going sideways, it feels like, and this was an Anne thing, is whenever mother-in-law of Susan, right? Susan's mom, obviously is a shit stirrer. She's a pot stirrer. Like she likes to create problems where they don't exist. It happened here, but Anne was triggered, right? So she smashed the plate.
Surely, yeah.
And yeah, it is hard. I'm sure it is difficult for the girls not to have their bio mom there with them to go through this.
Yes,
I'm sure that 100%. Is hard. I don't know that the breaking of the plate right then, which is really what blew this thing up, was warranted. I'm sure she felt offended because she receives no praise for all of the work she does for those girls, right? She's an unsung hero here for these girls and felt completely ignored by it. But then mother-in-law, mother-in-law pushed it to that point, but mother-in-law took advantage of that and was like, "You're not their mom. Don't talk to them like that." But then the teenage girls buying into that and saying, "I can stop pretending like I like her now." Okay, well, the minute they cross that line, it's what we say, you can't treat people like shit and then expect them to do favors for you. Right, so Anne pulled back.
You don't get to breaking a plate for something that is a one-off. Like that. This has had to have happened time upon time upon time again. Right. And finally she got to that breaking point, literally, and broke a plate and was like, F this, I'm done. Like, if you don't want me to do this, and this is not the first time that Susan's mom has insulted Anne. There's no way. And she's put up with it time and time again. And then now she's like, you know what? Fine, I'm done. I wash my hands of it. Grandma, you step up. Aunt, you step up. Right. You be the mom, because I'm not doing this. I'm not going to do this and then be shit on for a decade and take any more of your crap when I'm here every day in, day out, making them breakfast, doing all the stuff that a mom does. And again, we say this all the time, like, parents are who you choose. And in this moment, they didn't choose for their mom, something to happen to their mom. That's not what happened, but that's the hand that they got dealt in life. Yeah. And you have to make the best of it. And I would want my mom, if something happened to me, I would want her to encourage my kids to embrace the mom that they had. And that's, I couldn't want that anymore if something happened. Like, this sucks for the woman that's been trying to parent two girls who lost their mom. It
sounds like it's tough for everybody here, except for mother-in-law, who just wants to bitch about everything, right? but doesn't want to step up at all. No. Just wants to bitch about it and throw the pity parties, and that's it. Hubby here, OP, feels like a coward. Feels like he's got no power or authority in any situation. He's just being blown by the breeze, and he's just, whatever happens, he's along for the ride. And and the fact that he didn't stand up for her at any point in time, he talks about it like he wasn't even there. It's very, what I mean?
Yeah, it's very strange.
So like, I don't know.
It's like she's a placeholder, and she's there to take care of the kids. Right. Like, that's her job. And it's not to be like, but don't overstep, because then that's too much. So you have to thread this little tiny line, but you can't cross it, or else you're going to get called out by Susan's family. I don't know. That's a hard spot to be, and she's been doing that for a really long time. So I understand why she snapped.
So she just finally cracked. This wasn't like an unwarranted one-off kind of situation. This was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I mean, that's how I see the situation.
She was Cinderella as the stepmom.
Right. Yeah, I guess.
Which is an interesting twist.
And I mean, these are young girls. Like 14 and 16 is young. Rose is 16 and pregnant. That is very young. But also to bring someone into your house that is allowed to talk to your stepmom or Anne that way, you can't expect the girls not to see that behavior and follow suit, because that's their family. The dad made it okay to talk to Anne like that. And so why wouldn't Molly and Rose talk to Anne like that? He doubled down and said, "You're a vindictive bee. And I'm threatening you with divorce." And she's like, "Well, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm out."
All right. The question was, am I the astronaut for calling my wife a vindictive biatch for refusing to do anything for my kids, even though they told her to stop trying to pretend she's their mom? Yeah.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Hey!
Third time's the charm.
Finally worked. Yeah. AskCon won.
This guy broke the scale.